Saturday, August 20th, 2016. Maneko 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. I like to talk about government and unintended consequences today, and also the fallacy that governments can provide for the people. So the reason why I'm talking about that is that there's a bit of outrage here in the UK to do with a government scheme to help people buy new homes, or first-time buyers buy homes, sorry. And the government had promised to, through these investment accounts called ISA, they had promised to put, help supplement people's deposits so they could get on the property ladder, as they call it here in the UK. But now people have found out that the small print says that you first have to put the deposit and buy the home, and then they'll give you the extra money. And that's not how the scheme was sold. It was sold, to help people put a deposit and buy a home. So yeah, governments, they never think of their schemes, to supposedly help people. And why is that? Because it's not their money. Government doesn't have its own money. They have to, they don't earn their money. They confiscate money from people, or they, legally steal money through taxation. And why do I say steal? Well, because taxation is not voluntary. You can't tell the government, I don't want your services. I want to live independently on my own, and so I don't want to pay your taxes. No, they don't do that. So, all those people who think that we need government to survive, they're the kind of people who would probably use this scheme because they think they're getting something for nothing. But very few people, people don't I guess some people do realize, but for some reason they accept it. All government does is confiscate wealth from one section of society and give it to another. And you might argue, oh yeah, but some people earn too much money, some people don't earn enough. That might be true, but some people earn more money than others, maybe because they work harder, or maybe I know some people are luckier than others, but it's not the government's purpose to redistribute wealth. Government should be there to try to administer the rule of law. And under the rule of law, last I checked, stealing, violence, fraud, still a crime. So why should the government get involved in things that it's supposed to fight to maintain an orderly and free and peaceful society? Why should government get in that scheme? So people don't, people should realize that governments don't invest. That's another thing that is one of my pet hates, when people talk about, the economy is not doing well. Government needs to kickstart the economy. We need fiscal stimulus. We need government to invest in infrastructure. Well, I have news for you. Governments don't invest. Governments spend money. Investment is when an individual works and creates wealth, or gives something of value to his employer, or his consumers, or the people he or she deals with, and gets something extra in return than he put in, or he or she put in. And whenever the individual is able to save enough capital or money, they can choose to take that money and invest it in another venture that might bring them even more money. That's what investment is. You expect a return. Governments spend money. If they invested money, all countries of the world would be massively wealthy by now. All the countries of the world would be Warren Buffett. But governments, they mostly waste money because they don't need to work for it. They don't need to think about what they're doing because, they're going to get the money anyway. And that's why you get all these stupid schemes. And that have unintended consequences. And the biggest reason why this scheme is in place is because the government interfered in '07 and '08. They basically rewarded people who borrowed too much money, and institutions that lent too much money to in the housing market. So the government bailed out the banks, bailed out, indirectly bailed out all the people who had huge mortgages, bailed out the house prices because house prices have gone even higher. But the unintended consequence is that the economy is still not doing well. People are not earning, people's earnings haven't kept up with this artificially inflated housing bubble. So young people can't afford to buy homes anymore because of the government. So now they're trying to bring in a scheme to help people. It doesn't make sense. The solution is for people not to count on government, but that will take long. People still think that government should be there to interfere with everything we do. That's the big fallacy, in my opinion. Hopefully, this idea that government provides things for free, this philosophy of the welfare state will will disappear soon through its own unsustainability. And we'll get, a free and fair system where people actually earn money and depend on themselves, are self-reliant and don't need government to help them live. They do, government should be there to administer the rule of law, not confiscate wealth and redistribute it. So if you enjoy my videos and analysis and views, please like, share, and subscribe. We also accept any donations, as small as you want. There's a few links below the video for PayPal, Bitcoin, and Patreon. Thanks for watching. Bye.